A godlike game is born, and the world instantly bows. Ares explodes onto the scene as an AI-powered virtual reality where gods are real, judgment is brutal, and power is earned through blood and achievement. Every god watches, evaluates, and grants abilities, turning players into heroes, rulers, or nothing. In the beginner village, an infamous challenge waits. Destroy a wooden puppet with 10 sword strikes and earn a fortune and overwhelming power, yet even elite athletes and gold medalist Victor Hahn fail, branding it impossible. Hope rises when Madhu Sikh, the strongest primate alive, rumored to kill bears barehanded, steps forward and smashes the puppet with everything he has, but he fails. Behind the scenes, the operations team panics as dissatisfaction looms and intervention is debated but forbidden. And just as they prepare to flee, another challenger appears. He looks ordinary, still in starter gear, holding a cheap weapon mocked by everyone watching. Then steel flashes. A sharp sound tears the air. The wooden puppet is split clean in half in a single instant. A system message detonates across the screen. First completion achieved, stats increased, fame granted. The entire control room freezes in disbelief as the unknown player stands silently, and the gods of Ares turn their eyes toward him. Everyone thinks the mystery is solved until the system reveals the truth, and shock ripples through the control room. The weapon is epic-grade radiance with no level restriction, and the team leader goes pale, asking who this monster really is. Time snaps backward to a ruined life. He is once the sole heir of a world-class master blacksmith until a raging fire destroys everything and leaves his right arm useless. His future shatters with it. Medical debt crushes him, 3 billion won. He abandons the forge and crawls through construction sites just to survive. Then his friend Kim Ji-hoon storms back into his life and throws him a gamble soaked in desperation. Ares, an impossible challenge. 50 million won, a chance no one else has taken. Ji-hoon believes in him because shattering a puppet is nothing compared to forging legends. He spends 10 million won on a high-sync capsule and dares him to stand again. He refuses at first, broken and numb, until the words cut deep. The debt suffocates him, and the sound of hammering ignites his blood. He stands before the capsule and swears to lift the hammer again. Ares accepts him. His body is restored, scars vanish, his right arm returns with terrifying strength. Blue light swallows him and throws him into the beginner village blacksmith shop where an angry smith hammers metal in rage. Then the ordinary-looking player steps forward, stops him cold, and calmly says that is not how it is done. He openly calls the blacksmith's technique wrong and dares to correct it, risking humiliation on the spot. The blacksmith's eyes sharpen, and he challenges him to prove it, warning that arrogance will be punished. Hyun-soo gambles everything, asking to keep the sword if he succeeds, and the hammer drops into his hand. Painful memories surge with every strike as his dead past collides with burning steel, and the forgotten rhythm awakens. The blacksmith scoffs at first, convinced the skill is shallow, until the steel is folded, reheated, and hammered again, impurities crushed, hardness rising. His appraisal eye activates, and the metal jumps from D grade to C grade in moments. Shock sets in, the hammer never stops. Sweat pours. The steel rises to B grade. Cold fear grips the blacksmith as he realizes this man has no skills active and is still climbing. When stamina fails, the blacksmith steps in without pride, obeying every command. Together they push the steel to A grade, a level never reached in the beginner village. Even that is not enough. The blacksmith hands over his family's forbidden mithril, a mineral beyond his own ability, driven by obsession to see the result. 1 month of relentless forging passes in silence. The blade is completed. Epic grade radiance, no level restriction, a weapon that will never exist here again. A legendary sword is born. Time snaps back to the present, and the truth slams down hard. He forges a mithril sword and clears the impossible challenge in 1 strike. The operations team digs into his data and finds nothing but red flags, logging in from a friend's house, refusing real-world exposure, rejecting instant fame, choosing anonymity for a reason no one can see. His location updates and tension spikes. He enters the hunter training ground. An instructor looks at his level and laughs, dismissing him as a level 1 nobody, telling him to go hunt rabbits. Hyun-soo feels the insult burn but pushes forward, calmly asking to use his own sword. In the control room, doubts explode. An epic weapon, no class, abnormal stats, yet the director orders everyone to stand down and watch fate unfold. The instructor mocks the handcrafted blade, sneers at Blacksmith dreams, and his affinity drops. But Hyun-soo doesn't flinch, declaring he will become the finest swordsman and demanding the hardest test. The instructor's pride snaps, and he summons a stage 4 trial, a level 15 berserker goblin, a monster no one has ever beaten. The goblin charges and Hyun-soo activates Radiance, power surging as the first beast dies instantly. A second goblin lands a brutal critical hit, but Hyun-soo stays standing, shocking the instructor as raw stats forged through obsession hold his body together. The goblin goes berserk, negative effects tear into him, blood spills, and even the instructor believes it's over. Surrounded and breaking, Hyun-soo raises his sword with absolute trust. Radiance awakens, swift blade triggers, speed explodes. One flash, one strike, every goblin is erased, and the training ground falls silent as something far more dangerous begins to take shape. The instructor stares in disbelief, ecstatic, admitting this man achieved what no one ever could, exploiting the blade's strengths with ruthless precision. He notices the scars and wounds on Hyun-soo's hands and instantly understands this is the mark of a true blacksmith. Shame hits him hard and he apologizes as his affinity maxes out. Then he drops a bomb, offering a legendary hidden class Lord of Light, a power meant to command armies and rule knights. Behind the scenes, executives freeze as Hyun-soo is instantly classified as a top-tier threat. One acceptance, and there is no turning back. Hyun-soo rejects it without hesitation, declaring he is not a knight, but a blacksmith. The answer hits harder than any blade. A hidden quest unlocks and a letter of recommendation is handed over, directing him to a lord waiting for a special craftsman. Rusted armor once worn by the Lord of Light is given as proof of faith, a relic meant only for someone who can restore miracles. As the Watchers finally exhale, they realize they are witnessing the birth of something far more terrifying, a blacksmith destined to surpass gods. Hyun-soo exits the training ground, returns to reality, and faces the crushing weight of his father's hospital bills. A call comes in, and the next path opens, the auction house. He creates a shop bearing his name and lists a single rare blade at a price meant to test the world. The moment it appears, shockwaves spread across the server. A level 1 weapon, no class, impossible stats. The bidding explodes uncontrollably, and somewhere behind the screens the world realizes a new legend is about to bankrupt them all. The Golden Shield Guild instantly smells blood. Bram reports in cold excitement that a level 1 with no class forged a monster blade from trash materials, a weapon that can be enhanced cheaply, scales to level 50, and even carries an active skill. The guild erupts, every elite demanding it be bought immediately. Back in the village, Hyun-soo doubts himself for a split second, then the system detonates his reality. The sword is sold. 1,000,001. His hands tremble as the buyer reveals himself. Golden Shield, one of the largest guilds in the game, extending contracts, invitations, and power. Followers flood in, recruitment offers pile up, and the world finally turns its eyes toward a blacksmith. Hyun-soo ignores it all and walks straight into the Lord's castle, choosing value over fame. Inside, Lord Vance faces despair over a burned bow left behind by his father, a relic no one can restore. Belle watches with a hidden smile, a level 100 thief waiting to steal it under the guise of help. Then a voice cuts through the room like steel. Hyun-soo steps forward and declares the bow can be restored here and now. Guards react. The Lord freezes. A recommendation from Instructor Urson seals his presence. Lord Vance demands answers, class and level laid bare. Hyun-soo meets his gaze without fear and drops the truth like a blade to the throat. Level 1, no class, and ready to defy the impossible again. A single sentence ignites rage as Belle explodes, mocking a level 1 with no class for daring to speak before the Lord and claiming only elite blacksmiths can touch an epic bow. He boasts about wasting a week on it, then freezes when Hyun-soo cuts him down with one sentence, calling it not a recurve bow but a horn bow. Silence crushes the hall as Hyun-soo dissects the weapon piece by piece, exposing buffalo horn limbs and whale sinew strings sourced from Baldwin itself, details even level 100 experts missed. The Lord's anger evaporates into shock as the truth confirms his father's story and the mysterious foreign craftsman. Belle is dismissed in fury as Hyun-soo accepts a high-grade quest to restore the heirloom. Knowledge floods his mind the moment he touches the bow, his father's teachings awakening through muscle memory as he works day and night beside the Lord. The Lord collapses from exhaustion while Hyun-soo keeps smiling, forging memories into steel and sinew for 20 brutal days. The hornbow is reborn stronger than before, exceeding perfection, and the Lord's bond reaches its peak as gold rains down and privileges are granted. Then the tone shifts. The Lord steps closer and offers something far more dangerous than money. The secret flame swordsmanship that once slaughtered monsters from all directions. He sees not just a blacksmith, but a weapon taking shape and asks if Hyun-soo is ready to inherit a blade meant to burn the world.